Hello, welcome to Psyched for Sanity. I am one of your hosts, Dr. Brindle Doss. I specialize in trauma treatment, assessment, geropsychology, and I am just a huge nerd. I'm a huge nerd.
Okay, I am Dr. Tara McKelvey Parker. I am a clinical psychologist working in private practice. I specialize mostly in assessing and treating childhood attachment wounds and complex trauma. And I love nerds, I think.
Aww.
I really think I do. I was going to go with I like cats, which is...
Well, we both love cats.
We both love cats.
Right.
And I think I just really like nerdy, quirky people.
You know you're also a nerd, though, right? You masquerade as not a nerd, but you be nerdy. Don't be.
What are you talking about? I'm the least nerdy person ever. Not really. I actually really secretly want to be like a real nerd.
What is a real nerd?
Like you.
Oh.
Yeah, you use like the same, like two words that mean the same thing, and you wear buttoned-up shirts that make you look like you're a vampire.
You be hating on my shirts, but I look cute.
Well, yes, obviously I love it. Obviously it works for you, and I love it, and that's why I love nerds.
Why I thought about nerds today is I realized we've been doing this podcast and been talking to each other just like we talk, honestly, in real life.
Mm-hmm. In real life.
But we haven't really told people how we met, how we became friends, or how we became psychologists.
True.
And maybe we should do that today.
Let's do that today. Let's get a little bit more specific about who we are and how we got here.
I think we've told people we've met a certain year 10 years ago.
Yeah,
a decade ago.
2015 about.
Right. And we both probably, people might not know this. To be a psychologist, you have to go through a lot of school. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's 12 years past high school? Isn't that the number?
Years past, like in terms of years that we got practice.
So there's 4 years of undergraduate.
Oh, yeah.
4 years?
Yeah, including undergrad.
Most people do, and it's not everyone, but most people do a 3-year master's program. Sometimes it's longer or shorter. And then doctoral training and programs are anywhere from 4 to 5, sometimes 6 years. Mm-hmm. So is that plus or minus 12?
Yeah, I think my experience was a little bit different. I went from undergrad right into a PhD program
that
had
you
sort of
mentioned
like a bridge, you know, you kind of like bypass. I got my master's, but it was
along the way.
Exactly.
Right.
And then I think after that, so my PhD program was 6 years with an internship and a postdoctoral fellowship, and that's where we met.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my path, I did 4 years. I went to Texas Christian University. And then I got into the master's program at Texas Women's University. And I didn't finish there. I did 3 years of coursework. And then I went down to the University of Houston.
Okay, yeah.
And I did the 4 years down there. But I also, ironically, got my master's at University of Houston as well.
You got 2 master's degrees?
No, just one. One.
I missed something.
No, you didn't miss anything. I got one because I did not graduate from Texas Women's with a master's degree. You know how people are ABD, all that dissertation?
Yes.
I am ABT at Texas Women's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got into the doctoral program.
Okay.
And just transferred as many credits as I could.
And just went, went for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and we met at a postdoctoral fellowship. Can you explain to people that are not us what that is? Because it sounds like we're just being snooty. But it's a term.
Yeah, postdoctoral fellowship. So this is basically your training after internship. It's the next training year. I don't actually think it's required anymore.
You're kidding me.
No, I do not think postdocs are technically required anymore.
I didn't think that they were required, but I know you have to get a number of hours, at least in the state that we're licensed in.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to have supervised hours.
Right.
But I don't think you have to seek out like a sort of formal postdoctoral fellowship.
I didn't think that you ever had to, did you?
I thought so.
I don't know.
We're not really sure.
We should research that and let you know at a later episode, because we do not know the answer to that.
We do not know the answer.
We don't know all the answers.
We don't know all the answers.
We know 7 of them. No, I'm kidding.
7?
We know some of them. I was just picked a number.
Why did you pick 7?
I don't know.
It's a lucky number.
Taylor Swift? I don't know.
You know I love Taylor Swift.
I know.
Now that's okay. Can you be a nerd about Taylor Swift?
I am not as big a nerd about than you are, but I want to talk about our experience at postdoc.
Yes.
Because that was a transformative year and for lots of reasons.
Oh, for lots of reasons.
So
Yeah, it was.
Describe the type of training that we did that year, the year we met.
Yeah. So in the postdoctoral fellowship where we met, it primarily was child focused, I would say, like testing and therapy, although we kind of saw all ages. It was really assessment heavy. It was a really impactful year for me. I think I got really fast at administering tests, scoring, kind of conceptualizing assessment cases, but it was intense. I mean, how many assessments did we do per week? Like
4 to 5.
4 to 5 assessments
on
per
top
week.
of having therapy patients and group therapy in the evenings.
Yeah, and our therapy sessions, I think, were 45 minutes, like back to back. So we didn't have breaks, and we were like 8 patients a day,
right,
plus group. So it was a good learning experience.
What did I remember? So there were 4 of us that met at this postdoctoral fellowship. Do you remember what I told the group during training the first couple days? You don't remember this?
Trauma bonding.
That was definitely trauma bonding. But so the people that were like training us on their things had left the building, and we were alone in this building.
I don't remember.
Just the 4 of us. And I turned to everyone and I said, "This year is going to be war."
War. Yeah, I knew it was something about warfare.
And y'all were kind of like, ooh, but I'm like, no. This is going to be war. And what I meant by that was really, really hard, difficult, growth producing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And intense.
Well, I think it was so stressful.
It's very stressful.
I mean, we were doing this postdoc, plus at the time we were studying for EPPP.
Oh.
So that's like the exam
My spine
that
just shivered.
Yeah, that's the exam we have to take after we are done with our postdoctoral fellowship. Okay. And then at the time when we were finishing our postdoc,
we were the second to last class.
We also had to do orals. So we had to drive down to
Explain what orals are, because that's poorly named. I'm sorry. I don't want them to think that we're doing anything besides what we did.
Get your head out of the gutter.
Why are you whispering?
I don't know.
Microphone can hear everything.
Get your head out of the gutter. Right?
My head's not in the gutter.
So anyway, orals, we had to go down and basically a panel of people.
A panel of 3 licensed psychologists, well established in their field and profession.
That's more specific. Thank you very much.
You're
Not
welcome.
just random people off the street.
Just random people on the street. No, these were licensed psychologists that were experts that were part of the board at the time.
Yes, and they gave us a vignette, basically a patient case we had to read.
Yes.
And then they just grilled us, basically, like, what's the diagnosis, what treatment? And we didn't know what questions we were getting in advance.
So there was ways to prepare for this, but there's 3 steps. There were, when we were licensed, there were 3 steps to licensure in Texas. First, you have to pass the EPPP. And that's a giant long test that's multiple choice, and you have to go to a testing center, and it's very, very hard, and you have to get
that thing.
Right. You have to really it's a lot of studying, and I know multiple and amazing psychologists that do not pass the first time. It's really difficult.
It's hard, yeah.
And then the next step in Texas at that time was the jurisprudence test, which is a test of the laws related to psychology.
Yeah.
And that was an online test, but that was also challenging. I remember that there were 3 of us.
Was like less challenging.
Well, yeah, less challenging, but still, like if you didn't pass, you.
Well, yeah, you had to get
points,
like a high score, right?
Right. Yeah, over 90.
Like some 90% something. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
At each step, you have to pass to go to the next step, and if you don't get them done in time, you won't be licensed at the end of your postdoctoral fellowship.
Yeah.
So that's the part that was stressful. On top of.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for the EPPP, we were meeting
every Saturday at Panera.
At Panera. And I was working like 20 extra hours studying every single week. For
on top of writing reports.
On top of writing reports.
Yes.
I feel like I almost had a nervous breakdown that year. But
I'm sure I did.
I mean, I think I probably did too, and I just wasn't aware of it. I just kept pushing.
I did a lot of gardening that year. I dug in a lot of soil.
That actually sounds really healthy.
It was, well, thank you. I'm sure I did unhealthy things along the way. I don't remember those.
Well,
but I just remember, like, I was living with my parents for the first part of that year, and I was like, I'm going to garden. I've never gardened before.
Aww,
and the fun thing is,
that.
I got huge plants. No fruits or vegetables.
No fruits or okay.
I didn't plant enough pollinators, but that's a different segment for a different time.
Okay. Or maybe we won't. I mean, we'll see. Maybe we'll talk about plants. Maybe
plants can be helpful. Plants are important for mental health.
I'm not going to knock the plants. That's true. The green,
the greenery,
the life.
Yes.
Okay, it all has meaning. Everything has meaning.
No, so we met this really challenging year.
So trauma bond, like war, it was like stressful in our nervous systems.
Yeah.
We're just like totally dysregulated, and we like got really close. I mean,
really close.
We all 4 of us really bonded.
We called each other. Remember we called each other?
I think you called it. I think you
Why
said
am I the
that.
only one nicknaming stuff?
Because you're a weirdo.
I prefer nerd.
Okay. Weirdo
I'll even
nerd.
settle for dork.
Nerd dork.
Well, that's too many. It's too many. One too many. No, so I called us north, south, east, west because there are 4 of us.
Oh.
And we were the 4 corners.
I think I forgot that for like a specific reason.
Ouch. That's why you were south. I'm just kidding. I don't even remember which one you were.
I don't even know. I don't
know.
Yeah.
So after that year, though, obviously we stayed local and in touch. And so what did you do after that year of challenge? We got licensed. We passed the orals. Shocker. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we did.
Passed all the tests. We survived.
We did. We got through it.
Yeah.
So I went right into private practice, which was a really huge leap.
That was this is a weird thing. This is a ballsy move. How old were you?
How old was I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because this is something, I'm going to translate this for our audiences. For a psychologist to go right from getting licensed to into private practice is like a 22-year-old college graduate going out and starting to start like a Fortune 500 company. It is really, that is the analogy.
I was absolutely terrified. I was really, really scared. Like, I remember having a lot of panic about money because you don't make any.
You don't make any.
It's a gamble.
Huge gamble.
But actually, a colleague of mine, she had gone into private practice, and I called her, and I was like kind of trying to talk to her about the pros and cons, and she was basically like, know your worth.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, like, I can do this.
Right.
I can do this. I'm worth this.
What a valuable colleague and friend.
It has always stuck in my mind.
So important.
It really swayed me, and I decided to go into private practice.
Yeah, I've had those people along my journey, whether they've been like people I've just acquaintances have had similar things where people just like say things to you and they completely alter or pivot your direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. My direction after our postdoc was I was not as brave to dive into private practice. And I really wanted to do stuff with children and adolescents. That was my focus, my area of research. And I took a job with geropsychology because I could not find a job with children and adolescents that was with some type of organization.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a weird pivot. But I ended up, so for those of you that don't know what geropsychology is, that is the psychology of older adults. And what I ended up doing was working with older adults and doing therapy in nursing homes and long-term care settings. And you know what? I friggin' loved it.
Yeah.
It was a weird, good fit at a time when I needed to stabilize after that year.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And I did that for about 5 or 6 years. And so you've been in private practice this whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been private practice this whole time.
Right.
I started out doing probably like half testing, half therapy, all ages.
Right.
I kind of shifted my practice more into doing assessment.
Right.
Kind of have like a lower patient load and do integrative sort of assessments from a trauma, attachment related lens. And I love it. I love doing it.
You're very good at it.
Well, thank you. I think it would be really amazing to work where you do too.
Yeah.
It's actually a population I've not had much experience with.
You know, and it's such a different format in my mind of therapy. Yes, the same theories apply, the same techniques apply, but it comes from a very different lens and aspect because you have to recognize, and you're trained when you go through. I work for a for-profit company. You when you realize you're going into the room in the nursing home to see this person, you're going into their home, into their space, and shocker or not shocker. Lots of people in nursing homes don't necessarily want to be there. Some do. Some do. Some do not. And so that's a lot of what I wrestled with. But I did that for about 5 years. And I was in, I'm just reflecting and taking a moment because it was a really, I'm smiling, but it's more of just a reminiscing. I was in nursing homes when COVID hit.
Oh, yeah.
And that was an unbelievably challenging horrendous time. Yeah, no,
traumatic.
It's
so
horribly traumatic.
Scary,
I still
scary.
Definitely have, for sure I have trauma from that. I don't know how you couldn't in a way.
Oh, of course, no, absolutely. I think COVID in general was
super
absolutely traumatic. It activated people's trauma wounds they already carried too.
For sure.
So absolutely. And then when you're in a position like that, in a time where the population you're treating is like so vulnerable.
Well, and that's where Ground Zero was across the country.
Yeah.
The first places you heard about it in the news was nursing homes.
Yeah.
Specifically, I believe there was one in Seattle. I'm not sure the name.
Oh,
But I
gosh,
remember
Brindle.
so clearly, like crystal clear, the day I went into work. And when I went into work, there were no thermometers at the door, like no temperature checks. And when I was leaving, they put them in. And, things were never the same. And so the way it worked in this company is I would get paid a percent, like I would get paid for the number of people I saw that day. So if I saw 5 people, I get paid for 5 people. If I got paid for 10 people, I got paid for 10. And what happened for me is I ended up taking a job pivot because even though I loved my job and I enjoyed it, COVID really changed
Yeah.
so much of how we had to do therapy. If we had to switch to telehealth, and a lot of the older adults did not pivot well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And a lot of the facilities and companies that treat and provide services did not pivot well. So I ended up having to be fully transparent, like a loss of income of about 40%. Along the time, I did get, over the first 5 years of my career I'd always wanted to work with children, and I decided to open a private practice along with my primary job. You make fun of me about this, but I always work like 2 jobs.
She works so much, guys. She works a lot. She works
someone's
very,
got to pay
very
off these
hard.
student loans. We should have a podcast episode about that.
You work very,
Student
very
loans.
hard.
I do. I try to.
I am very, very, very proud of you, though.
Thank you.
Because you have transitioned to private practice. Finally.
Been a journey.
Yes, and I think as yours, it's very, 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 very scary to do.
So scary.
And I'm just really proud of you for doing it now. You've had a lot of work transition.
I have, especially.
You really worked hard at like many, many things.
Right. Well, I went from the nursing home world where I, was concerned about my income and my ability, and I still had a private practice on the side, seeing children in foster care.
Yeah.
And then I decided to take a job working for the federal government in the prison system.
And it's just, your experience is crazy. You've had so much different experience.
I
Like,
know.
so eclectic, I think.
And that's not even talking about our training in school that we went through, which is,
Sure, of course, yeah.
Right.
And I think I've been lucky that I've been able to sort of work in the same place, right? In the same space. That's been nice for me.
Sure.
And I think I kind of really honed in on this sort of attachment trauma niche.
Definitely got your
That's
niche,
kind of
for sure.
my thing.
You
I
are
feel
niched up.
Think about and yours. I mean, but you're so eclectic, and I just think
I still am. I feel like
provides a lot of sort of depth and variety, probably to your treatment and to your
Yeah.
conceptualization and all of that.
Yeah, and so I worked at the prison system for three and a half years, and people think I'm crazy for lots of reasons.
Yeah. True.
But one of the reasons I think people are like, it's a very different environment to work in as a psychologist. And there were lots of challenges there, but it was not challenging in the way you'd think. It was, I learned so much. And I think that's one thing I've taken from every pivot and shift I've had. I've gained knowledge that I didn't have before. And I'm grateful for that.
It's a good way to think about it.
I'm not always grateful for the pivots and the challenges, but I think that, they've led me to here, and I'm grateful for that,
Another thing, that you are doing in your eclectic
Right.
sort of you're like, let's do a podcast. And I'm like, yes.
Well, I mean, I think it's important that we, I feel like our conversations every time we get together, whether it's over breakfast, lunch, dinner, like hanging out, like with our kids or just anything we do, I always have taken so much meaning and value from our friendship, and I feel like we should share that. And that's kind of what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So as we kind of wrap up today, I wanted to ask you what came up for you and what do you need today as we're, talking about our past, our history.
That's a great question. I'm just right now thinking a lot about just how grateful I am for this friendship.
You
and
stole
this
mine.
Time. Oh, what? Are we
I
all
was going to say gratitude. I thought of it earlier in the bathroom.
you
It's the
wrote it down?
No, I just thought of it.
Oh, okay.
Write everything down.
We're on the same wavelength.
We are.
We're just both really grateful for
Absolutely.
this. I do feel grateful for the time. So I do think it's really, really hard to focus on gratitude for me in particular. I am not good at that. I tend to be kind of a negative Nancy. Sort of negative focused thinking, if you will.
I like to reframe that I'm a realistic Rita. But people think I'm a negative Nancy too.
Okay, well, so gratitude is really important, and it's something that both of us, I guess, are kind of feeling like we need more of.
Oh yeah, no, I think gratitude makes me so grateful, which I know sounds like a double.
Yes, it is. It is the same thing.
But experiencing gratitude allows me to dive more into it. And you're right. I think we both.
I think so.
Experiencing and
connecting and
Right.
feeling really grateful for that. And
Absolutely.
so I think basically what we're both saying is we like doing this, and
we like each other.
so yeah. And you
Yeah.
know, like, what do you guys think that you need after this conversation, after kind of hearing our experiences? We kind of encourage you to think about that, because we're doing that every day as human people.
Human people. She said human people, y'all. Thank you for that. Human people.
Yeah, human people. That's us.